Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. I hope you're having a good day. We have started a new unit on solving linear math equations. And how we started this is we didn't start with any math equations, we just started with a problem. And the kids could solve this problem in any way. Find 4 consecutive whole numbers whose sum is 26. Well, after some talking about what consecutive means, one after the other, it didn't take long for most of the kids to figure out that 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 has a sum, when you add them up, has a sum of 26. But then what I wanted to talk about with them is the algebra in this question. There's algebra in this question. You could think of each of these numbers as an unknown number. Each answer is an unknown number. The first one we would call x. So x is the first number. Now, since the second number has to be 1 above the first number, we could call the second unknown number x plus 1. That would be the second unknown number. And since the third unknown number is 2 greater than the first one, we could call the third unknown number x plus 2 equals number 3. And then the fourth unknown number is going to be 3 larger than the original unknown number. So the fourth unknown number would be x. Whatever x is, plus 3 would equal the fourth unknown number. Now, what we also learned is that when you add these numbers up, you get 26. So let's take these unknown numbers, x plus 1 plus x plus 2, taking these unknown numbers we created, plus x plus 3, adding them up, they equal 26. And then we can simplify this math equation further because it's pretty complicated. But when we simplify it, it should look like something we've seen before. So we have an x, an x, an x, an x. That's 4 x's. That's 4 groups of x. We have whole numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. So that's a typical linear math equation that we studied about a month ago. Now, typically we would say this is equal to y. Or we would say y equals 4x plus 6. That's something we're familiar with. But now we know the value of y. In this particular situation, the value of y, we said when you add those up, is 26. And now instead of wanting to know the value of y, we want to know the value of the other variable, the x. So we want to get the x by itself. We do that by doing the reverse of order of operations. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides of the equal sign, and we'll get 4x equals 20. Or 4 multiplied by some unknown number, x equals 20. And then to figure out the value of x, we do the opposite of multiply by 4, which is divide by 4. And that gives us 4 divided by 4 is 1x, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. And in algebra, when we have a variable with the number 1 in front of it, that's the same as saying just x equals 5. So we figured out that the value of x is equal to 5. So if we go back to our unknown numbers, we said x is going to be our first unknown number. Well, that'll be 5. X plus 1 is our next unknown number, so 1 greater than x would be 6. X plus 2 is our next unknown number. 2 greater than x is 7. And x plus 3 is our next unknown number. 3 greater than x is 8. So there's an algebraic way of solving this same problem. And that's going to be our goal in this section, is solving these linear math equations. Now, we're a little bit farther down the line where we'll be doing these ones. We'll be starting off with just single step ones today. Let me show you one more problem like this. So we did one more problem as well. Find 4 consecutive whole numbers whose sum is 46. So it's exactly the same as the last one. And after some guessing and checking, most kids got 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 equals 46. And then what I had done is I'd asked them to apply some algebra to that. and see if you could assign an unknown number to each of our 4 whole numbers that we want to find. So if we solve this algebraically, we'd say the first unknown number is x. The second unknown number would be 1 above x because they're consecutive. So the second unknown number would be x plus 1 is the second unknown number. And the third unknown number is 2 above x, as we're counting 1 up every time. So the third unknown number would be x plus 2. That's the third unknown number. And the fourth unknown number would be x plus 3. That would be the fourth unknown number. So just like last time, we have 4 unknown numbers. And then they're supposed to add up to 46. So take these unknown numbers and add them up. And that adds up to 46. And then you group up all your x's, x, 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 that's 4x. And group up your whole numbers, that's 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. And we have that those add up to 46. And now we have another one of those linear math equations, and we want to find the value of x. So to find the value of x, we start off by taking away 6 from both sides. Whatever you do to one side of an equal sign, you have to do to the other. And then you're left with 4x equals 40. This is 4 multiplied by some unknown number x equals 40. So the opposite of multiply by 4 is divide by 4. And when you do that, you get 4 divided by 4 is 1x. 40 divided by 4 is 10. And in algebra, when you have a variable with a 1 in front, that's the same as just saying x equals 10. Now, if I go back to my original unknown numbers, we said x was the first unknown number, so that's 10. The next unknown number was 1 above that, 11. The next unknown number was 2 above that, so 12. And the last unknown number was 3 above that, so 13. So these unknown numbers match the ones we originally guessed and checked. What I'm going to do in our next video is we're going to be focusing on just solving and checking linear one-step equations when you have equations with just one step. That's all for now. I hope that helps. Flexing Teacher Weber, out.